Yeah, I'm kind of like a big dipshit in a lot of ways. Like I kind of, I try to present myself like I'm smart. I'm not. Like, I'm not a very
We
smart
should
person.
we get along in person.
Yeah, I get the same feeling. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I love history and all that kind of stuff, but it
Yeah.
doesn't correlate, it doesn't correlate to me being an intelligent person, I can assure you. Um, yeah, like common sense does not, I don't know if I have a whole lot of it.
Yeah?
Like, can you change a tire on your own?
You know, I would try, but I would,
Okay.
first I know I would have the tools to get the tire. I know
Yeah,
I've been taught. My dad taught me when I was younger. I
yeah.
know I've had lessons on it. I'd probably still have to get out my phone and try to get YouTube. But so if I was in a place with no Wi-Fi, I might be a little fucked. But
Yeah.
you know, but I mean, I think I would understand it enough to
Yeah,
try. I would just question about how tight the bolts would be on to drive.
good point. Yeah, see, like, when it comes to stuff like that, oil change, I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to change my oil in my fucking car. No idea.
No
Like,
idea.
if we went on a road trip, we would be fucked if something went down, I'll be
I
honest.
do go on road trips. I'm just a risk taker. I'm just like, let's go for this.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
yeah.
See, me, no way. I'm not a risk taker, not an adventurer seeker. You know? Yeah.
But I have to say and to my and Joe can testament to this, but when
Mhm.
I do, like, whether it's like I go up to Mount Charleston, it's 45 minutes away.
Yeah.
I will pack enough food and water like I'm going up there for a fucking 2-week trip just
Smart.
in case. And
Yeah.
I'm equipped to make fire. I could do all
Oh,
that. I could survive. I'm pretty good at
you're
surviving.
you're much more capable than you think you are.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like a little
Okay.
tomboy. I grew up, like, in Pennsylvania, so I grew up with the
Ah,
Appalachian Trail. It was, like, my backyard. So
Jesus.
I would, like, this is back in the day with no cell phones.
Yeah.
Get on our bicycles and, like, literally I would go to the mountains, and we would hike uh, let me turn this thing off, and, just spend the whole entire day outside just,
Yeah.
chasing crawfish or animals or just
Chasing crawfish?
like in the
Are they
little creeks and
fast?
stuff. Yeah, those little boogers are fast,
Really?
actually.
Feels like
Yeah, I
something
mean,
that even I could
oh
chase.
my god, if I told you what we did, we would like rip the tails off sometime. We were just curious, we are like, "What's in there? Can
That's
you eat this
well,
meat? Is this like a mini lobster?" Oh my god, we were
well,
wild.
in some
But
ways.
yeah, but I grew up like that. I grew up just like a complete tomboy having fun in the mountains. I'm super close to Mount Charleston now. I'm like
Yeah.
45 minutes away from Mount Charleston. And that's just where I go to have fun and get away from just everything and take my
Yeah.
shoes off and like breathe fresh air. Like I saw today it was
Yeah.
snowing. I'm going to go up there on Sunday morning.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
God, I
Yeah.
wish we had like, Texas is so flat,
Yeah, it
and
is.
yeah, there's just nothing like the only thing not flat are the people. Like, that's hey, well, I tell you, everything's bigger in Texas in a lot of ways, but
Yeah,
yeah,
but with food.
jeez, are you kidding me?
Yeah, right?
If you could physically fit it into a deep fryer, it's been done.
It's been done in Texas, I'll tell you. Because I go down to
Oh, yeah.
Austin a lot,
Mhm.
and or I have been recently,
Yeah.
and yeah, they're always taking me out to like these barbecue places, and
Oh, yeah.
they have everything, and
See,
it's
yeah, you need to go outside of Austin, like, start going
okay.
to some of these little small ass cities. Like, so I live in,
Oh,
like, kind of a small city, like, more East Texas, like, Dallas-ish.
okay.
That's where, like, the best food is. Like,
Oh,
because it's,
okay.
because we have nothing else. Like, we don't have anything to be proud of, you know? I mean, like, if a Walmart opens up, there's like they'll shut down schools for the day.
That's a big day. We're gonna go tour
Oh,
Walmart.
oh, are you kidding? That's a well, they'll have a parade.
I
Yeah.
I come from a really super small town. Like
Yeah.
I grew up, there was still like horse and buggy Amish like going down the road small.
Yeah. Well, there
And
probably still are.
Yeah, there still is. There 100% still is in my hometown. And when they built the Walmart, they actually put where you could tie up a horse and stuff.
That's amazing. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
so yeah, I came from a very like a small town. I think I
Yeah.
graduated with maybe like 500 in my class or something like that.
In your
Maybe.
class? Well, that's a pretty good size,
Is
I
that?
think.
Yeah, but that
Yeah,
was like
500.
surrounding county
Oh, okay.
probably.
Yeah, they were busing people in from the
Yeah.
tri-state
How long
area.
was your ride in? A half hour,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
across the
Yeah,
mountain.
we left last night. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They're gonna camp
Yeah.
all week.
Oh my yeah. Yeah, I think mine was 300 something is
Oh
like right
wow.
around
Okay,
there. Yeah,
cool.
pretty good size, but
Yeah.
yeah, 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 it's interesting. I think it's the best way to grow up is like kind of in a small-ish town. You get a real fake view of the world if you grow up in like Austin,
Yeah, I
or
think when people are
places like
living
that.
just in condo in that whole condo tight living and stuff like
Yeah.
that, it's a completely different mindset than someone who grew up, you know, climbing trees and growing or just running
Yeah.
around in the grass, and it's just different. I'm not saying that people that live in the city and these in the suburbs and stuff like that don't see grass, but I'm just
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
on a daily basis
It's
it's
not the
just a different
same.
thing,
Yeah, yeah.
and growing up that way, and then like all I wanted was to live in the city. Oh my God, like I just wanted something I didn't see or have,
I
right?
know. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the biggest city I moved to right away, besides being in the military and being in DC and stuff like that, like
Yeah.
really kind of being out on my own, no military, just going to school was like and stuff like that. I would say, well, I guess Baltimore, but like I feel
Yeah.
like Miami felt bigger to
Oh, for
me.
sure. Yeah, I would
So and
imagine.
that was like also completely culturally different than just because
Yeah.
like Pennsylvania, my Maryland, DC, and stuff like that, New York. It's kind of similar,
Oh,
and there's
yeah.
culture there. Don't get me wrong, but it's
It's the
Miami was like it brought a lot of South and Central America, which I didn't wasn't always exposed to in
yeah.
Pennsylvania. I
Uh,
guess is all I
Miami
mean by it. Mhm.
Miami may as well be fucking Bogota, Colombia. Like, it's such a different place, like, in a great way. I
Yeah.
don't mean that as a bad thing, like, it's just you feel like you're in a different country when you're in Miami. It's so
Yeah,
awesome.
it was a really beautiful experience to get there in my early 20s and spend, I guess it was about 17 years of my life there from my early
Oh,
20s into,
really?
yeah, like I spent, like, it was like growing, it was
Yeah.
like, growing up in Pennsylvania, then like growing up again in Miami and with a
Yeah.
little stuff in between and
Yeah.
stuff like
So
that.
you
But it
yeah,
was
'cause
awesome.
yeah, you spent about the same amount of time then in
Yeah,
Miami as
I
you did
really did.
Pennsylvania. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
because I was like in Pennsylvania, then I joined the military.
Right,
That took
right.
me to a couple spots, obviously.
Mhm.
And then and I started going to college when I was in the military as well. And as soon as I graduated college, I flipped a coin between Phoenix, Arizona, and Miami, Florida. I was on the
Oh,
phone with my mom and I said, "Mom, call it heads or tails," and she called tails, and that was Miami. So
you
I
got
was like, "All
lucky.
right, I guess I'm moving to Miami." And it
Yeah.
was wild, it was good. I'm really glad I just always kind of said yes to opportunity and just been open
Mhm.
to like trying new things and just be in for it. Like,
Yeah.
regardless how it's going to end up somewhere. So
Oh, it will.
why? Yeah. And
Oh,
it's
yeah.
definitely my life has definitely taken twists and turns, I think, like anybody else's.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but that's the best way to do it is to just say yes. Like, when someone asks you to do something, like, if you wanna go do something, in general, say yes, which I'm trying to do that because I don't, like, go up, get out, or do anything. I'm trying to do a little bit more of that, but, yeah, I
I'll
don't
come
know.
visit you. I'll come visit you and drag you out. And
If
I'm an
anyone could do
introvert
it.
when I'm at home. When I'm at home, I will cave in. I do have a friend in town.
Mhm.
She's doing a grand opening at a place here in Vegas. So I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna support her tonight. I'm going to the
Yeah.
early show. And I'll do that once in a while. But man, when I'm
Yeah.
at home, I'm at home. But I do travel a lot. So I am getting
Right, yeah.
out a lot for
Yeah,
me.
yeah, that's a little bit different because then when you come home, it really is like a real like a reset button,
Yeah.
which I think I'm just kind of in a permanent reset button, which,
It's
oh,
not a bad thing.
it's not, it really isn't. Like,
No.
I'm kind of, like, on the fence of whether or not I should change. Like, I don't know, this is alright. Like, I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything, to be honest. Yeah.
You're possibly not. Like I kind of
Yeah.
like I'm, when you feel it, you'll do it.
Yeah.
That's just I would kind of just always been that type of person. You'll just know when the time is right, and
Right.
everything's going to start pointing that way if
Yeah.
things are meant to change.
So when you come home, so let's say you're traveling to, wherever, when you come home, do you have like kind of a routine of like this is what makes me feel at home is doing this certain thing or
Immediately lay on the floor and hang out with my dogs.
that's a good one.
Like, I mean, literally just I don't even unpack my bags. I used to be the person that would like try to unpack right away, but that is just not the priority when I come home anymore. I have two senior dogs and my dogs are going to take that priority. And if I get
Yeah.
to it the next day, I get to it the next day, or I'll have my housekeeper help me or whatever. Like there's people here to help me to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
My, priorities to me is a quality time with my dogs or my rabbit or with my friends, which are also like my family,
Yeah.
my team that helps me work, and run my life literally.
Yeah.
Um, that's more important to me. And then I'll get to all the other stuff. I have an endless to-do list and that's never
Yeah.
going to end. I had to come to terms with that,
That's I know exactly how
which
you feel.
which is
Yeah.
not a bad thing, and I
No,
really,
no, it's a
when
good
that
thing.
list ends, it's like, oh fuck, what am I going to do? But like, I just keep adding to it. So we're
Yeah.
good.
Oh, yeah,
We're good.
yeah. I always think that I've worked far enough ahead to where, I could take like a month break and be fine. Like I wouldn't even be crammed to do shit. And I can't do I'll do it for like a day, then I'm like, I can't keep doing this shit. Like I can only watch so much Vanderpump Rules before before I want to drive my head through a wall. And
Now we're gonna
yeah.
pulling that up right now.
Oh, have you ever watched it?
No, I don't think so.
It's basically an 11 season HR violation. I mean, these people at this
I'm gonna
restaurant,
watch this now.
these people at this restaurant are the craziest fucking people on the planet. I mean, they're just banging each other left and right. And which really makes you think, like, God damn, like that's I don't think I want to be eating there. How that place is still in business is beyond me. Like,
But
oh
given
man.
that I've worked in restaurants, people bang.
Oh,
All
I
bang
know.
each other.
Yeah.
Married or
Yeah.
not, they're all like in it, intertwined, and
Oh,
drama
yeah,
happens.
it's
And
the host staff and then like oh yeah, yeah. There's always the like I worked in a movie theater and it was kind of the same thing. Like
oh yeah,
everybody was fucking each other because the oldest person was like 25. I mean,
yeah,
everybody else was like
they're all in their
16 to
prime,
25. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
grease
yeah.
and everything. I want some butter.
Oh, I was God. That was my prime, which is sad to say. I mean, I think I might have peaked at about 17 or 18. And yeah, here I am downhill. Yeah. God.
I think I'm finally peaking.
Well, hey, that ain't
There you
nothing
go.
wrong with that. Yeah, I mean, you've had a good fucking
I'm good run.
uphill. Yeah, I'd say. Jesus. How many have you ever kept count of like how many scenes you've done? It
I
has to
have
be a
not kept
fucking
count how many scenes I've
crazy
done.
amount.
Joe might know actually, but I'm not sure.
I mean, it has to be so many.
Now with content creation, we're shooting so much. Like I'll shoot two, sometimes of four scenes in a day.
Jesus.
It just I mean, but various types. They're not
Well,
always like boy girl hardcore sex. Sometimes they might be a
yeah.
hand job. Sometimes they may be
Oh,
a BJ or something like
yeah,
that. Or
light
I'll
work.
split it up or girl girl or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got you. Add a little diversity into your day.
Yeah. Don't
Yeah.
start off too hard.
Yeah, or yeah, you got to
Take
finish
it out at the
strong.
end.
That's the Well, I tell you what, our lives could not be more different.
But I'm feeling really close to you right now.
Yeah, feelings mutual. It just where it's maybe like an opposites attract sort of thing. Because we are, yeah. It's
Yeah.
just a
If we were
different.
magnets.
I think so. Yes, like it's just a fascinating world. I know people judge it and people look at things. Not everybody, obviously. But I think if you ask the
Or they'll
majority of
judge it in
people,
public, but watch us in private. That's
oh
what happens. I mean,
yeah,
we're not $1 billion industry or whatever it is for nothing. You know what I
crazy.
mean?
Yeah,
And that's the
exactly.
truth of it.
Yeah,
People are. I think just sex in general was always shamed in some way or shape or form in our society. It's different over in Europe. I feel like more people are more open about it. People go to
yeah.
spas and or commingling genders naked, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? And it's not a
Topless
big deal. People
beaches.
aren't like, oh my God, there's a dick. People are just acting normal because it's just normal
Yeah.
body parts.
Like, yeah.
Um,
I was mind blown when I found out that, like, British TV shows boobs,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
just normally. I was like,
just normal.
how the fuck are y'all? Because y'all are the same thing as us, basically.
I want
I
to
mean,
say, and I could be wrong, I think there is a newspaper where they have like best natural tits or something like that.
there
Like it's in
is.
a
Yeah,
newspaper and
it's
it's a
like,
whole ad out about it.
and they've been doing it, I think we're thinking of the same thing. They've been doing it for, like, 30 years,
Yeah,
where
it's not
it's like the
new.
page 6 of the
Yeah.
newspaper is that every time.
Yeah.
Oh, if that
Yeah, yeah,
happened
yeah.
here, there'd be fucking riots.
I know, it's so weird.
It's
It's
crazy.
just like it's fun. It's whatever. And like I just got back from Berlin. I
Mm,
was over there for the Venus convention and and just seeing the difference between like a European convention versus I've been to several AVNs and
yeah.
expos and stuff like that, and just seeing the difference between what's allowed. I mean, in Berlin, I mean, I looked over and there's like a live sex show that they're like camming in front of a huge crowd. And it's
Yeah.
like,
Well,
holy shit.
well,
Where,
Germans are,
oh,
uh,
yeah. Oh, I
you
was
know,
there. They were like full on like double fisting a lady on stage. I was just, I mean, my jaw,
oh, that's a,
I was definitely
yeah.
watching just because
Oh,
I
that's
was
a,
like, holy shit. Like,
yeah,
wow,
that's
this
a,
is going on live. I would be so nervous to do that live, but
yeah, that's a birthday party in Berlin. I mean, that's
yeah.
just normal. That's just
It's an
Sunday
average,
dinner.
yeah. What are you doing
Well,
Friday night? You want to come
oh,
over?
yeah, well, yeah, because they say like the
Sally's open.
yes, Sally's getting prepped. Oh my god.
Exactly.
Yeah, like they say the pendulum swings. We go real far one way, real far the other.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you're like a big history person. Germany at one point really swung one way, and
Yeah. Yeah.
about 80 years ago, and it feels like they are trying to make up for it
Yeah.
hard by just saying
Definitely.
anything you want to do. There's no
Just go
rules.
for it.
Yeah, we've learned our lesson. No more rules. Just do what you want. And
Yeah, I
yeah,
could
we're
see that.
there.
Yeah, because like last year, I like at ABN or we'll just use that as that for an example.
Mhm.
And it's probably hotel rules and stuff like that. Is
Yeah.
even on the convention floor, which you have to have a ticket to go to the convention, etc. It's not
Right.
for everybody. You have to be a certain age. You have to be adult,
Mhm.
etc. We couldn't even wear just pasties. We had to be like covered up, like even like let's say a pasty, and then I had like a fishnet over top of it. They made
Uh-huh.
me change
That's
or
crazy.
it was something like that. I can't remember exactly, but it was just like I was like, really? Like it was like
Yeah.
black mesh with a black pasty. I was so covered. Like,
Yeah, isn't it in
and I
Vegas?
wasn't out on the floor in the hotel in
Yeah.
their public area. I was at my signing booth. So that just, it was just where like in Berlin, I wore
Yeah.
a lace bodysuit with nothing under. You could totally see nipples. You could totally see
Hell yeah.
everything. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
The guy, everybody loved it. I mean, it was
I
just,
bet.
they
Yeah.
come there to see you. And I always look at it, I'm there for the fans. The fans are saving up money to come visit you. They're traveling. Some of
Yeah.
these European fans were like, yeah, I took a train 5 hours to come here just to see you. Holy shit. Like, give
Yeah.
them a show, give them something what they came there to see, and give them a great picture to go home to and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's crazy to me. Like, we really do kind of fuck it up here a lot. Like, how is that a big but people just wanna have something to blame, like, why their kid's a piece of shit. They just wanna be able to blame us on, "Well, we found out he watched porn, so that's why he's an asshole."
Yeah,
Or
well, I think we're a society where we like to blame other shit besides like ourselves for our own
yes.
fuck
Oh,
ups,
yeah, God forbid we just admit that we
Yeah.
kinda suck at being parents sometimes. Like, no,
Yeah.
it's like, "Oh, my kid was listening to Ozzy Osbourne, so sucked on a shotgun." It's like, "Well, I don't think that did it because 'cause I've listened
Yeah.
to a lot of his music. Never once did that seem like a good idea."
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
but, I think the part of it is just that when you're young, you kinda just do stuff. Like, like, you're always looking for something, and if porn is legal, illegal, it doesn't matter. People are gonna fucking find it.
Well, I think,
Yeah.
anytime someone tells you no, if you're a curious kid, or whatever, you're gonna want to try to look for different things, or you're gonna
Oh,
have that
yeah.
friend that, you get to high school and then you got that friend that's has an older brother that found it or whatever, blah, 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 blah. There's, all of
Oh,
that
yeah.
out there. I'm not, I'm not to blame for that.
No.
Like parents, like You can
Yeah.
block things from coming into your house on the internet. I'm like
Easily.
I don't like I'm just not a proponent of having the government tell me what I can and cannot watch in my own home. And I
Right.
think it's a very dangerous, slippery slope to go down because once you go down that, once you start inviting that, and we've already invited them enough in our home. Like I don't think
Yeah.
it needs to be anymore. And we
Exactly.
have parental controls over different things. Also, maybe take your child off the internet. Like I
For
think I
fuck's
feel
sake.
so blessed that like I didn't grow up with this with a electronic in my hand.
Yeah.
Like if I was
Yeah.
indoors watching TV, I don't know. I just had the parents just like get outside and go play. Go find something to
Yeah.
do. Go use your My dad would be like, go use your imagination.
Yeah. See, I definitely didn't have that. Uh, I was more like, I don't know if a tom girl is a thing, but that's what I was. Um, like I was
Explain
very
that. I want to know what a tom girl
well,
is.
yeah, okay, so you say a tomboy is a girl who, kind of is into like boy things, like, going
Mhm.
out and getting all roughed up and whatnot. I
Yeah.
was not a fan of being roughed up in any way, shape, or form. I didn't
Yeah,
need
I'm
grass
definitely a
stains.
tomboy.
Yeah, see, I was like a tom girl boy who was like, I'm staying inside and I'm watching reality TV
That's
24/7. Oh
cute.
yeah, I was watching like, whatever was on MTV, whatever horrible reality TV show was
Oh
on.
yeah, MTV went down this whole reality TV thing.
Oh, I'm part of the problem. Yeah. I was watching
You're
all
like I'm the one that kept them watching.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know how many more times I can watch a fucking NSYNC video. Like, show me teenagers fighting each other. Like, that's what I want.
Teen pregnancy, wasn't that a big one
Oh,
on there?
yeah, we had a girl in my school, who, she ended up on Tyra Banks's show
No
because which is
way.
never a good sign. She ended up on Tyra Banks's show because she and her boyfriend planned to get pregnant so they could be on 16 and Pregnant or Teen Mom, one of the 2, and the producers found out, and then she, yeah, like, it turned
They
into, like, this.
planned it.
Yeah, they planned it to get on the show, and then somehow it got around that that's what had happened, and then their lives were destroyed, I guess. Well, they ended up on Tyra Banks, so yes, their lives were destroyed, but,
Wow, that's crazy. That's
yeah.
insane. Oh, I
Yeah,
can't imagine trying to oh, why? Oh.
yeah, there's other ways you could become famous, and
Yeah,
you're
it's
not
just
gonna become famous. Name one person who was on that show. Nobody fucking
I
cares.
can't. I can't. Well,
Yeah.
I also didn't watch it.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
not a big TV person.
really?
But I kind of felt like I think I was like kind of like that all my life though.
Really?
I
Really?
don't even I like watching anime now. I really, really, really
Oh,
like watching anime.
really?
I do. I enjoy the
Huh.
storylines of anime. I like all the action that's
Yeah,
happening. I like the little bit of, sword fighting and the violence. It's kind of fun for me. But
yeah.
I stopped watching cable television back like in 2006, 2007.
Wow.
I have a TV like for guests that stay here and if
Yeah,
they watch it, but
yeah.
I yeah, I just listen to a lot of music actually.
You're better off. Trust me, as someone who learned from my mistakes, you are better off. Yeah.
But
Yeah, I
everybody
was
has
just
a thing.
yeah, true, true, very yeah, and I mean, I read a lot and all that stuff. It wasn't like I was just filling my head with complete, garbage. I just tried my best to do that. But yeah, I just liked being in front of the TV. I liked escaping into other people's worlds and seeing what their world was
Yeah,
like. It's kind of the
yeah,
same thing to do like with this, bullshit. Like I talk to people that live a different life than I do because I'm fascinated by like I am genuinely curious like what is your life like? Like
yeah,
not in a positive, negative, just what is it? Like what is your life like as someone who's in porn, which to me like, is this intangible thing, but fucking it's interesting. It's fascinating to me.
yeah, and I would think like each of our lives were quite different,
Yeah,
and like for like Arabelle compared to mine and compared to somebody else's and
for
stuff like
sure.
that. We all take different avenues, which I think is a very really beautiful testament about what this career can do
Mhm.
for someone. It just gives you so much autonomy over your own life, where I'm allowed to. I've definitely worked up to the benefit of you know feeling the benefit to be able to make the money to be able to pour some time and energy into my other passions and things that I really enjoy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I
Yeah.
love that. I love that about what I chose.
Yeah, for sure. And I wonder if that's what so many people seem to have a problem with is like is does it kind of boil down to a thing of people being afraid of women having like that autonomy? and
I think
especially like a
I think there's an
sexual
element of
official
that because
consent.
they
Yeah.
think it's just like this other. I don't know what, like they're just not thinking. Not thinking.
Well, I
That's the
could definitely
problem.
be the yeah,
Um,
we have a tendency to do that here as well. Yeah.
we all do
Yeah.
in some sense, but
Oh,
I
oh
think
yeah.
it's just very close-mindedness. I think they're only thinking that we're just out here spreading our legs, and that's it. We're just fucking for the reason of fucking. Where
Yeah.
I believe, like the majority of us are just very open-minded. We are, it's kind of a loophole in a sense
Yeah.
of gaining. I feel fully empowered.
Mhm.
I feel like I've chosen a career where women make more than the men, and
Which is
um,
the only it's like the only profession that
yeah,
has that
yeah.
happen. Yeah.
Name any other ones. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that some
Yeah.
women don't make more than men, but just most
Just
careers, there's a
overall,
difference
yeah.
overall.
Yeah, there's
Um,
yeah, it's not even close.
Yeah, and I feel super empowered, but I've always been a person that's, been able to say like, "Hey, I don't like that. I'm not going to do that. I would rather switch
Mhm.
it over to here," and just taking, empowerment into that because I always looked at it as my brand, my name, my image, my personality, my fans. So,
Yeah.
there's certain things that, that I'm cool with and certain things like, no, that's my boundary. I'm not going to do that. So I've
Yeah.
gotten empowered. I've gotten stronger with the word no and be able to say, which, can put in your personal life because we all need that.
Yeah.
So I know people are like, oh, wow, how do you feel empowered? This, that, and the other, because they think that's totally opposite.
That's
Where, when I get
bullshit.
on set, especially now,
Mhm.
because there's been great changes in our industry, but um when I walk on set, if I get to, how do you want your makeup today, how, your hair, are you comfortable, this is the script, da, 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 da.
Yeah.
Are these clothes good with you, did you bring anything, I can bring something like, no, I feel like
Right.
this fits the script more, I feel more sexy
Yeah.
in this, I could wear that. So it's like from the very beginning, it's my yes. And if I don't like,
Yeah.
we all get the script ahead of time, we get to read it. If I don't want to work with anybody, I don't have to work with them. If I'm, anything that I'm not comfortable with, I don't have to do.
Yes. Which
So
I mean, yeah, and it's yeah, like how is that not how do people not look at that and think like, damn, that's crazy.
I don't have a
There's
boss
no other
standing over me saying you have to do this.
I mean, there's no other maybe that's part of it too, is that people work in jobs where they get told that they don't have any of those
They have
kind
to
of
call out for
say.
2 weeks of work. They get 2 weeks of vacation,
Right, right.
and they have to work
That's
up to that. Or they have,
yeah.
you have 5 days of sick leaves. What do you mean I can only get sick for 5 days? Shit happens.
Oh, I
You're
used
not going
to
to pay me outside of that after I put 60 hours a week on my 40-hour salary?
yeah, like I
Because I did
definitely
corporate. I did
yeah, yeah,
corporate
yeah.
before. So I that lifestyle, like I mean, I know it works for some people and
Yeah.
that's great. It's there for those people. For me, I know it started to lead me down like a very unhappy life. Like I felt my creativeness, my everything was just dimmed. Like you get up, you go to work at dark, you're getting out at dark. You're getting emails on the weekend from your boss. You're like, wait a minute, I work Monday through Friday. I thought that was what my
Mhm.
salary, it's just
Yeah.
that to me felt stifling to like a point
Yeah.
where it made me incredibly unhappy. So I hauled off and quit all that shit. Took some
Fuck
time
yeah.
off, and answered a Craigslist ad, and here I am today.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely wouldn't recommend, uh, answering Craigslist ads anymore,
Not anymore.
but, it worked out pretty well for you.
That's literally how I ended up here today because I answered a Craigslist ad to be just an extra for Dancing Bear. And when I showed up to
Oh,
the
okay. Yeah, yeah.
office, they liked my look. I was thinny, I was thinny, I was skinny with like these big tits, black hair, whatever. And they were like,
Good look.
perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, so those aren't real?
They've changed over time.
Oh, well, no. Well,
This is my
okay,
favorite
that
set so far, I tell you that.
okay, so to be fair, I
They're
actually
squishy.
I mean, we're in the same boat, trust me. I mean, you can have some of mine, anytime you need. Yeah. No, so
When I laugh, they jiggle. Yours too.
oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, I'll get fucking whiplash if I start laughing too hard. Oh, yeah.
Smacked in the face.
Oh, you should say, oh, yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, I got these things tucked into my belt right now. Like these yeah.
Ah!
God.
Send
So,
me a
but
picture.
But yeah, good luck getting that one out. Um,
Mm.
so, but to be fair, I actually meant the dancing bear videos.
Yeah,
So those
yes.
aren't real. I thought it
Oh,
was
I thought you meant
genuinely
these.
well, well, I mean,
Everybody asks.
I'm not gonna
Um,
shy away from that subject. Wait, there's no way people think that they're fucking real.
it's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's no, the dancing bear videos are not real. They are completely set up. So
son of a
they
bitch.
they used to gather like, because a lot of those people were just extras that would show up. And like
Yeah.
that's what I was showing up for, just to be an extra, to be in the background, be like, yeah, cheer it on. And then
Oh, okay.
I guess they needed a next, a couple girls to, and they were only going to blowjob that day. And
Yeah,
so they like came out with like this laundry list of stuff, like, oh, if you show your tits, you can make some extra money. If you kiss your friend, you can make some extra money. We're just doing a
deal.
blowjob. If you want to do that, you can make this amount. And I was like, oh fuck yeah, I like sucking dick. I've been told it was good, whatever. I watched porn before. I was like, I'll just
Yeah,
mimic whatever I watched and all my favorite people. And literally, that was like, there was not much of a thought process of other than,
yeah,
yeah, I'll do that. And that sounds like a great amount of money. And
yeah, yeah.
next thing I knew, they threw me in hair and makeup and put an outfit on me and earrings and all this other stuff. And I was going to be the main girl that was going to blow the bear that day. And yeah,
Jesus.
yeah. And I wasn't nervous until it was like right my turn, right?
That's
Because I
what I
kept
was. Yeah,
yeah, it was, the nerves didn't hit me until it was like, oh shit. Oh shit, I'm gonna really suck dick right here on camera. Okay, cool. I knew I didn't want to take as long as the woman before me. I was like, I'm gonna suck this as fast as I can, as good as I can. I want to make him come, like I was just, because the
yeah,
nerves were kicking in. And I sat
yeah.
next to this awesome lady, or this woman, and she really cheered me on. She got me pumped up.
The moral
She was,
support. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, she was my wing woman, and gave me all the moral support I needed. And yeah,
Yeah.
boom, they loved my performance. I did a great job, and the next thing I knew, I was doing MILF soup the very next day.
My God.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
it's
Alexis
that's
Fawx was created.
Jesus. So it's just that quick. I mean, for
Mm.
you. I mean, not saying everybody, but like, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it
Damn.
was wild though. I mean, when that happened, at this particular time, I was just like, okay, I'm going to do I'm going to do a boy girl scene the very next day.
Yeah.
I want to see what other opportunities they had. And then they also had the start of Bang Secretary, which is like the
Hmm.
start of camming. Like camming was just
Okay.
beginning when I was coming in. It
Yeah.
was just kind of like this new thing. And they had opportunities, for me there. And I realized, I was like, oh, this is cool. I can make money to stabilize my life. I don't have to go back to a corporate job. I could have
Mhm.
all this time that I can spend, you know, healing my heart, doing all kinds of stuff, like fixing
Yeah.
like who I was, to make, bring my happiness inside of me. And I did just that. I, make
Yeah.
my money, paid my bills, make sure I had good food. I was started going to the gym. Like like
Yeah.
literally actually kicked me into high gear of taking better care of myself in so
Yeah.
many ways, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, even. And so I took the time to do that. And so I really have my career to thank for that, because I think like working under a ceiling salary as a paralegal and doing all these things, it was not the life for me.
Yeah.
And I was
Yeah.
not headed in a good direction. And it really made me turn all the way around. I think it was also like social media was also becoming a thing, like Twitter and stuff, right?
Hmm.
So, seeing even just like even a couple followers, following you, leeching on to every single word, it also made me
Yeah.
realize that whatever I presented out there, I wanted to make sure I presented, on a very, an authentic, positive note.
Yeah.
People need, it's not a journal, it's not my diary. It's Alexis Fawx that people are
Mm.
coming to see, and
Yeah.
to make sure that if people are going to, if I'm going to, because I would get emails like, "Oh my God,
Hmm.
you inspire me to work out," or even da 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 da, this that. That's really cool. So if
Fuck
I'm going to
yeah.
do that, I want to make sure I do it on a grand scale, and which keeps me in check, because I'm not
Mhm.
going to promote something I'm not personally doing myself.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. It's interesting whenever that starts to happen because like
Mhm.
I mean, I like started this bullshit and I didn't think anybody would give a fuck. And, and I mean, some people apparently do. And,
Yeah.
yeah, and I still don't understand it to be quite honest, but,
I
thank
think
you.
you're very
Um,
interesting. Like I was watching your clips on your Instagram
oh,
and I
yeah, yeah.
checked out your YouTube and stuff. So I was like, okay, this is gonna be cool.
Well, I'm glad. Yeah,
I'm
because
like this.
yeah, I just, I didn't think anything was gonna happen out of it though. Like, that's what I mean. Like, I just was like doing it for fun, which I still am doing it for fun. Like, this is all fun. That's the only reason I'm doing it. And I can't have a normal job. It's just not for me. Like,
And I don't think it's for everybody,
no, I'm
you
too much
know?
of a, I'm way too lazy if I'm doing something for someone else.
Yeah.
Like, like if someone else asks me to do something, I will find out whatever the bare minimum is, and
Mhm.
that's the level I'm going at. Like, you're paying me the minimum amount that you could pay me, so I will do the minimum amount of effort.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I feel you on that.
I've always been that way. I've always been like, I'm taking vacation time as soon as possible, sick time. I'll probably start off my tenure at your business on sick leave. You know, like, I'm looking for anything, a slip and fall, we'll get a little workers comp
Is that a
going.
banana?
Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm looking for anything. And it's just not for
Sexual
me.
harassment. Do
Oh
they
yeah.
charge us sexual harassment?
I'm backing my ass into people 24/7, just trying,
Shake
hoping.
those titties, man. Just,
Oh, oh
just wear
God.
low cut tops. Be like, are you looking at my cleavage?
I
Eyes
did
up
not
here,
think
ma'am. Eyes up here.
Yeah, I did not think about that. Yeah, that was yeah, I was
She
wearing
put
low
her
cut
hand on my
jeans.
shoulder. I felt like I had to say yes to the work. She was
Yeah,
harassing me
that's
and
true. Well,
she kept
yeah.
rubbing my shoulder. I was starting to sweat. My
Yeah, well, I did start wearing lowrider jeans, which
oh,
wasn't yeah, it did not it didn't work out the way I planned it to, but, yeah.
you should try some OP shorts.
Oh, do
Some
you
daddy
remember
hoochie shorts.
yeah, yeah. Do you remember
Little
Ruse?
corduroys. What?
Do you remember Ruse? The tennis shoes had a little
Ruse.
pocket on them with the zipper?
Yes,
It
the
was like
kangaroo thingies, right?
yeah,
I've
and it
had a
was
pair, gray.
yeah, and the pocket was just big enough for a condom to fit in,
Or
which
cocaine.
oh, yeah, we had different parties,
Not
I
at that
think.
time for it, but later on I thought about it. I
Oh
was like,
my
do they
god.
make kangaroos anymore?
That must have been why.
Your
It
little
had to
drug
have
sack
been.
there.
It had to have been to
Had
put
to
like
be.
a
Can you
little
imagine being in the 80s, going to discos with your kangaroos on? You slipped your little fucking cocaine right there, or your quaaludes, or whatever people did in the fucking
Oh
80s,
my god. Oh my god.
right?
Oh,
Or
I
maybe a
almost
quaalude in the right, cocaine in the left, so you could be up and down, speedball that shit out, or
let me
whatever it is that
lem
you're doing.
let me tell you, I don't know. I
I
eh
was way too young.
no, 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 I was, yeah, way too young, dude. I'm only fucking 30. I don't really remember any of this bullshit. But, I tell you what I wouldn't give to get my hands on some fucking Quaaludes. And I'm
Yeah,
not
they make it
advocating drug
sound so
abuse, but
cool, right?
oh my god,
I'm like, I want to try that.
it sounds like that's like my wet dream is to have Quaaludes, which I, by the way, don't believe in wet dreams, which has become across as it was turned into like a hot button thing or whatever. But like, yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't think it's a real thing. But
Yeah,
anyways,
I have no
uh,
idea. I don't have a penis.
no, yeah, I guess I didn't
No
look hard
idea. I
enough.
don't have
Yeah,
to no.
yeah,
I think
I
I've
didn't
wet
make.
myself in a dream before when I was younger.
Ayo. Yeah, I didn't make it far enough into the scene. I just got to the build up before the reveal. So yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, like that's my I mean, I'm not a drug person, despite
Mm-mm.
how it looks, but that's one that I wish I could have dabbled.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
they always made it sound and look cool in the movies too.
Well,
It's like,
cocaine too.
wow, why don't they have that around anymore? That
Oh
just
my
sounds like
god.
something,
I think
you
it might have
drop
been
kick it
too
when I'm
good.
at home, just drop kick a Quaalude, throw it on the projector, chill,
I think
nap it out, wake up.
it might have been too good, you
Maybe
know?
that's why. Well, and it's
Yeah.
too good and it might be healthy for you. The FDA does like knock it down. So
Yeah, sometimes maybe they do have your back every once in a while. Yeah, yeah. I but like cocaine, like when you watch like movies from the 80s, we watch like Scarface and shit.
yeah.
And I know
Yeah.
things didn't work out too well for Tony Montana, obviously, but
No, but that was a great
boy,
movie.
oh, and they make doing cocaine look so much fun.
It looked like
I
cool. Like, oh, they re-released that when I was living in Miami.
huh?
They re-released
Oh,
Scarface
re-released it.
in the
Oh, I thought
theaters when I
okay,
was in
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Miami, and it was like, oh my god, there's so many people that went to go see
Oh,
it.
of course. Yeah,
Everybody was
that's the
lit.
Miami version of, like, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That's what
Oh,
that is for
totally.
Texas. Yeah, yeah,
If you
yeah.
watch like the documentary Cocaine Cowboys and stuff like that, I used
Oh,
to
that's
watch
a
that
good
when I used
one.
to live there and I used to live in Coral Gables and they're talking
Mhm.
about like Dayland Mall and stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, that's right down the street. It was insane. Yeah,
Yeah, that's,
yeah.
God, I mean, that it had to have been amazing. Or like Boogie Nights. Boogie Nights is one of my favorite movies. And when they start getting ramped up, whenever like roller have you ever seen Boogie Nights? Okay, so
Yeah,
like
I
when
have.
Roller Girl's like, "Will you be my mom? Will you be my mom?"
Yeah,
That is what I wanted in my life so bad, was just to go up to a random older woman and just ask her to be my mom.
you could do that to me. I
Oh
am an older
god.
woman.
Don't even tempt me. Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna sneak over when I'm next time I'm in Texas.
Jesus. Yeah,
Mommy's in
well,
town.
I'll put my roller skates on
Roll up
immediately.
to me, baby.
No, that was my yeah, that's what I wanted in life, was to just have a mom who was in no way related to me, that only
Well,
existed because of a cocaine binge, you know? That's
I
what
do.
you want.
I try to make fantasies come true.
Wow. I gue I guess it's fate maybe, who knows? Yeah, I wasn't really, like, into, drugs and shit like that. We did have a thing where, like, in 8th grade where we would, like, choke ourselves until, right before you pass
Oh,
out, then you let go and it just rushes, blood rushes.
really? Yeah.
Oh,
I
that was
I
a
hear
good
like
time.
people do that when they masturbate sometimes.
Yeah,
I think that's the
sometimes.
whole choking thing.
Yeah, that's yeah, that's the David Carradine, I believe is what
Is
it's
it?
called.
I'm like, I think that's when people masturbate with it. I don't
Well,
know.
they do, yeah,
Do you
for
choke
sure.
each other or you choked yourself?
Well, if you had friends, you could probably choke each other, but if you were, me, I was just doing it in my room listening to The Doors and just
Oh, no
fucking
shit.
yeah,
How
yeah,
long did you like when would you stop choking yourself?
yeah. I mean, you go until you're about to fucking pass out.
Oh, no
That's
shit.
yeah, because I mean, you can't choke yourself to death. It's impossible. I mean, with your own hands, like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can't do it. It's just like you can't hold your breath and die from
And
it.
yeah, like I'm
Right, right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's not
Yeah,
gonna
exactly.
happen.
Just oh, sometimes I'd get so angry as a kid that I would try. I would just hold my
I would do the
breath.
same shit. I'm not gonna breathe again.
Oh, I would do it. I mean, if
Mm-mm.
I get angry enough, I'll do it now, I'll just
Just
but
do it.
yeah,
Oh my god.
I used to just do all kinds of, like, weird shit. I was a weird kid,
Yeah?
which that might be surprising, but probably not. Um, yeah, I was just a weird
Did you
little
ever
fucker.
did you just do weird shit at home?
Yeah.
I
Yeah, I
spent a
talked
lot of time alone.
mm,
I spent a
yes,
lot, whether it
case
was
in
at
point.
home or like wandering around, like, in the mountains and the woods and stuff.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of
Yeah.
time at home. I had a lot of imaginary friends, believe it or not.
Did you
Uh,
actually have one? Because I never had one, and I, kinda also thought that that was just, like, a made up thing for movies.
I think like no, I think I just, I think I don't know, maybe it was personalities. I did
Yeah,
talk, like I was
that's
just
amazing. Oh,
because
I
I spent
talk to
a lot of
myself all
time
the time.
alone. I didn't really I don't know. I think I preferred my time. I still do to this
Yeah,
day. I love my alone time. Like
I'm with
I'm
you.
definitely never lonely. You know what I mean? And I
Yeah,
also do and there's also the other side of that. I spend a lot of time with people too. There's a constant physical touch. There's this, that, and the other. So
yeah.
when I do get to gather my time alone, I'm like, leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah, you gotta have the balance though, because like, too much time alone, ooh, that's how you get into, like,
Oh, I could become a recluse very easily because I enjoyed my time. I'm like, and the society has now made it so easy to like you don't even have to see people. You can order all your shit at your door.
Yes. Oh, I know. Oh, I do. Trust me. Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. Oh,
so
I'll
I
yeah.
know that about myself. So I know like there's a couple cool little like little resort casinos, more like
Uh-huh.
local places that people more locals go to,
Okay.
or
Gotcha.
people that don't want to stay on the strip. And like, there's
Right.
enough that are nearby that like that'll be like my night out. I'll just go over there to
Yeah.
see people, go take myself out to dinner. I love people watching. I
Oh
do
my
enjoy
god.
that.
Oh my
I'll
god.
saddle up at the bar at a good steak restaurant, get my glass of wine, and just like I know where to sit and just view.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus, it's so
Look,
good. I
I
will be
know.
quiet just to listen to the
Oh
conversations
my
around
oh, yes.
me.
Oh, I love eavesdropping is one of my favorite hobbies.
Yes.
I love a good
Lip
eavesdrop.
read if I need to.
Oh my god.
I'll make up a fucking story if I have to.
Oh, I will. Oh, I
Those
100%.
2?
I will make up people's background.
Yeah.
Be like,
Yeah,
my
corporate meeting, those 2 are fucking behind their spouses' like,
yes.
backs.
Oh my god.
Yes.
That's one of my
What's an
favorite.
escort with that one? Like,
Oh,
"Hey, the casino, right?" Like
I'm 100% sure that I've caught a few around here
Oh,
where I'm like, there's no fucking way. Like,
yeah.
yeah,
There's no way he's pulling that without
yes.
or
And I feel like,
she. Who knows? It could be a
well,
sugar mama.
true, yeah.
Goes
Yeah,
all ways. Goes
I feel
all
like
ways.
I've been on the receiving end of some of those thoughts, to be
Oh,
honest. Yeah, yeah.
nice.
Well,
Ooh.
I don't know.
I wouldn't. I've been thinking about it. I was like, I could become a sugar mama.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know
Mm.
if I'm there money wise, but I'll do what I can. Yeah. I mean, I'll take out a loan and just ship it to you or whatever you do with
Shipping,
loans.
just whatever happens.
Yeah, yeah, you'll see me, getting on the news, getting arrested by the IRS, which I don't know if they actually arrest people, but
I don't know
whatever.
either.
I mean, I don't know. I haven't paid my taxes in 10 years, so I don't really know what the IRS does. We'll keep that between us girls, but
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Shh.
Yeah. Yeah, no man, people watching.
I
That's gotta be
enjoy
one of
it.
my favorite hobbies. Like going to a mall like around Christmas time, and I hate
Oh, we're
crowds.
reaching to that time. Good Friday coming up.
Oh
People
my
like,
god.
parents with the strollers banging in the back of people's legs and oh,
Oh, seeing a good pup
oh,
freak out. Just
yes,
I love it.
yes.
I
I'm
love it
here
'cause
for it.
I'm a very, like, inside myself, in my own shell, tortoise
Yes,
of a human being,
yes,
so
yeah,
I love seeing, like, people in the wild just lose
yeah.
it on each other.
Oh, you know what? That just, you put some good thoughts. I do have a good little lawn chair, or whatever. I could sit that outside of a good Walmart and
Oh.
just watch the mayhem happen. Or Sam's Club. I don't know. Wherever they happen. I'm gonna look it up.
It'd be more likely at a Walmart because you gotta pay to go
Okay.
to Sam's. Anytime you add
Okay.
money, anytime there's a membership
Maybe,
included, it's
yeah.
gonna be a little classier. Um, yeah,
Their
yeah.
pictures on an ID.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Walmart
You
is
can't
where
be
you're
running people over when your picture's on an ID and the store name.
yes. No,
Sorry.
Walmart's the
Yeah, you're
place you
right.
gotta
Maybe a
go.
good Walmart. I gotta find. Oh, there's one
God.
real nearby too. Ooh,
Oh, we have
sorry, I got an
so many.
eyelash in my eye. I think these glasses are smashing it into it.
Jesus, no
Yeah, I,
worries.
I love
Yeah.
to people watch. I love the mayhem. I love it. Just people. Where was I? Was I? Where the fuck was I? I was watching. Oh, last night.
Mhm.
I went to a steak restaurant in one of the casinos nearby. I like to take
Mhm.
myself out to dinner. Pulled
Yeah.
up, got my glass of wine. It was early enough in the evening, and I just watched everything transpire. It was a glorious evening. That's why I don't watch TV anymore. I just watch people.
Yeah. That's a very
They should
fair
have
point.
people zoos.
Well, I don't wanna
Oh
bring
wait,
the
maybe we
mood
have
down, but
those. Maybe they
they
just call it
used
a
to.
different name.
Well, I don't wanna, bring the mood down, but we did have people zoos.
Do it.
Actually, New York had a human zoo where they would
Did they?
holy fuck. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and tell you. So they used to just kidnap people from different countries, tribes, and
Oh,
just
okay. I
bring them
don't want
and
that.
chain them up and be like, "Hey, look, here's a Peruvian." Yeah, yeah, yeah. So,
Terrible. Okay, I'm not
but
saying that.
we're not saying these are more like
Just
wildlife
natural
refuges.
behavior. I
Yeah,
find
yeah. It's a
computers are just
safari. Uh,
like interesting, and that's
yeah,
like why I like observing. And I think like observing other behaviors and stuff like that and cultures and stuff like that also helps you become a little bit more understanding where other people are coming from, which
without a
can help
doubt.
you understand yourself in the long run.
Yes.
um so no, I don't mean it in that. Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah, yeah. There was a fella named Oda Banga who was a African child who was put into one. They shaved his teeth down to like
Jesus
spikes
Christ.
and whatever. But yeah, he was in a zoo for a while. Yeah, yeah, it's a pretty big story, but
Oh
we
fuck.
we can skip over that.
Now
I
I'm
mean,
gonna you know
most of
what, that
history
is gonna
has.
be like, I'm gonna go down like the rabbit hole one evening, be like, what the fuck, holy
It's
shit, that's
it's a
crazy.
hell of a rabbit hole to go down.
Okay, yeah,
Take
well, I didn't
yeah,
mean it
yeah.
that way.
Oh no, no, I know. Yeah, we're talking more like a
To
human
the
safari.
listeners out there, yes,
Yes,
but
yes, this
that's
yes,
crazy. Yeah, that's interesting. We have
yeah.
there's some dark, dark, crazy.
Yeah.
things that are
And
out there.
that's what I'm interested in is like kind of like dark shit,
Yeah.
which
There's some dark history.
yeah,
Like that for one,
there seems
actually.
to be an endless amount. Like that's what I've kind of learned by doing all these old videos and bullshit and just spending hours and hours researching shit.
Yeah.
There is just no limit on the fucked up stuff human
Isn't
beings
that
have done.
yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that the scare? Like I think it's why I just adore and love animals so much is that like
Well,
they're
I mean,
you get the behavior. They're
yeah,
not out manipulating and thinking of the
animals
manipulation factor.
and do some horrible shit.
I guess they
And
do.
yeah, and I
I think
mean,
they do in nature, but
yeah. Yeah, I think a lion, I think they do worse things than humans. They just don't do it on as
really?
like grand of a scale. Well, I mean, I think like, it's like very common for them to like eat their own children just for
Oh
fun.
yeah.
I mean, we
Just
don't
for
tend to
fun?
do that. I mean, pretty
Oh,
much. Yeah. I mean, we usually don't do
scary.
that unless, there's like meth involved or something, which yeah,
Yeah.
then you
Well,
might
I
take
lived
a
in Miami where that one guy started eating off the other guy's face. Bath salts or
exactly.
something.
Yeah, it was bath
That's when
salts.
I realized I was finally an adult when I was like, what kind of drug is that?
Oh my god. I love learning. Oh, so I just read about this. You might be interested in this, or you might not. Oh well. There's a thing. I don't know if you've ever heard of this called the Troxler effect.
The
Um,
Troxler effect. What's
yeah, yeah,
that?
yeah. So the Troxler effect is that it's basically a way to make yourself feel kind of high, but not in a necessarily a good way. You go into the bathroom, look in the mirror, like dark if you can, like, but not too dark to where you can't see yourself. And you just stare at your face, like pretty close for a couple minutes. And eventually your face will start to change shapes and shit. And you'll start seeing stuff behind you. Oh boy, it's become a new hobby of mine.
Oh
And
yeah. We used to do that and like what would he used to say? Red rum
well,
in the
yeah,
mirror and
and there
stuff
was
like that.
Bloody
Bloody
Mary, and
Mary and
those things.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Candyman.
I
Yeah.
did that once when I was in high school on LSD. I stared into the mirror
Oh,
because I got
worse.
stuck in the bathroom and which was great. And I just latched onto the counter and just stared and watched everything change and change and change. And I saw myself like with honestly, this is the crazy. I was crazy. I was in Peru and it like fucking dawned on me in that moment. I was in the bathroom, like I totally saw myself with blonde hair and these braids. It was just crazy. And then one time I was in Peru, I had blonde hair and I was in these braids, and I was like, oh my god, was this like in the mirror at that time when I saw myself switch? It was amazing. Yeah, it was. I spent some time in
That
Peru.
Yeah, I
I
know.
enjoy psychedelics.
Yeah, I heard from Eva Angelina.
Oh
Yeah,
yes.
she told me that I guess like because I mean she talked about it on here, so I could say it, but like she did
Mhm.
like all the like ayahuasca retreats
Oh
and
yeah, yeah,
stuff. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
which I mean is fascinating to me. I was like utterly entertained by that. It was just such an interesting thing to me. I've always found it to be fascinating. Like that whole world, the like kind of shamanistic, that's probably not a word, but whatever, shamanistic thing of like, doing these rituals and just like
Oh
what it
yeah.
does for
I
people.
I would say I dove into it for a couple years, like heavily in Miami and
Yeah.
Peru, and going down to Peru for like a month at a time and spending like a significant time in the jungle and in
Hell
like
yeah.
on a silent meditation, drinking ayahuasca, just everything from the jungle, like nothing
Mhm.
from like I wasn't even using my phone. There's no Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
I took pictures
Well,
or
yeah,
something
yeah,
like that just to remember some
yeah,
of the experiences, but like journaled and ate and drank everything from the jungle. It was wild because like when you put
yeah.
yourself in that type of circumstance, like on the first day, you realize how dark it is in the jungle. It's like holy
Mhm.
shit. And you also realize as you're there for 2 weeks or longer, or however long you are, you begin like you can start seeing at night, you start smelling all the different,
Mhm.
the vegetation, you start hearing the animals and things around, you start getting your
Yeah.
senses become more aware. And it's not just because of the
Yeah.
ayahuasca, it's because we're not in our society, we're beaten down by all the lights. I mean, let's come to Vegas. Tons of noise, tons of lights
Oh, I
down there.
know.
It's just
Yeah.
our it's overloading our sensories in a lot of ways. It could be like why we may have a lot of mental and emotional issues because our sensories are just so overloaded. Where else is
Oh,
it going
for
to grow? It's
sure.
going to bleed. Those things bleed into each other.
Oh, without
But
a doubt.
like just going down there was just even that alone was very healing in itself. Just to give your whole body a break. I rid my
Yeah.
body of like all these nasty salts and toxins because you're not putting you like we weren't because we were on such a strict diet because of the
Mhm.
ayahuasca and the things that we were doing. um my body was rid of salt. I was sweating. It was just so clean. It was just
Yeah.
it was like one of the greatest times
Hmm.
of my life going down there. And I'm really like grateful I really experienced that for a while.
Yeah. I mean, there's no fucking chance I would do it, but I do think it
It's
sounds
wild. Like
fascinating. Yeah.
it's definitely intense. Yeah, I learned a lot of little things to help me, guide me through the different journeys and different stuff like that. But
Yeah.
I spent a lot of times with different people doing different things, whether it was, shamans doing ayahuasca or doing Cambo or,
Mhm.
San Pedro, just with medicine women. And it just really helped me kind of like get rid of a lot of junk.
Yeah.
A lot of things that you carry around. I feel like it when it like just helps you kind of like shed a lot of the emotional baggage in a lot of ways.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. I
Yeah.
might need to go down there for about 5 years then. Jesus. I
It
mean,
really won't take that long, let me tell you.
wow.
It will
I don't
kick
know,
your ass.
just to cover the look, just
Hold
to
on.
cover Jesus. Uh,
Sorry, I kicked
don't you
my
yeah,
microphone thing
don't you
on
hate
there.
it when it just slips out like that? Yep, yep, yep. Couldn't help it. Yeah,
I'll tell you about my day.
yeah. Canada. Well, what am I supposed to do? So I was gonna ask you a few random questions. Do you have time?
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
want
yeah,
to take
yeah.
up
I
too
have
much
a lot
time.
of time. Whatever you want.
All right, perfect. So, oh, do you listen to music when you have sex, or do you prefer it to be sans music or silent
Um,
music?
I like some music in my personal life. Yeah,
Or
yeah. I
sure, or
like
just yeah, yeah. Well, I guess it
Yeah,
wouldn't be while
I
you're
love
shooting. Yeah,
music in general. It can really set a mood, I think. It can really set a vibe and a mood. It depends on what you like.
yeah.
My type of music that I like to listen to. I love Thievery Corporation. I like listening to those trip hop beats, something bassy.
Oh,
I enjoy
really?
that. Yeah, I do.
I
I
haven't.
don't I even like it.
Yeah,
Like I actually listen to a lot of music that's not even in English.
that's
Like
a
a
good
lot, if you
time.
listen to a lot of Thievery Corporation, you've got Spanish, French, all sorts of everything, different
Yeah.
styles that they've picked up from traveling around and also
Huh.
different band members. So I just find that
Yeah,
really interesting. It kind of puts me in the mood and relaxes me. Or just
that's a good.
smooth. Something
Yeah,
smooth, jazzy, it's nice, smooth.
yeah. I go with
Nothing.
yeah. I go
You
with
go heavy?
Hans. And I go Hanson. Bop. Just on repeat.
Really?
No, but like, could
I'm
you
like,
imagine?
saps are jerking off.
I mean, those girls can sing. I'll tell you that. Yeah. No, no. I mean, I do, but no, I go a little heavier probably, or just like kind of, yeah, maybe, yeah, more like a little 9 Inch Nails or something like
That's
that.
hot. I
Yeah,
could,
yeah,
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 yeah. I like
yeah,
9 Inch Nails.
yeah. Some
They have some
stuff like
hot
that.
hot jams and stuff like
Yeah,
that. It also depends on the mood, like
true.
sometimes you maybe want more soft and gentle or sensual. Sometimes you
Yeah,
maybe want a little bit more hardcore and a little bit rougher. Maybe
yeah,
you're dominant, maybe they're dominant, who knows? It all depends on your
yeah,
style and your sense and your personality.
yeah.
It's always different for everybody.
For
And
sure, for
for
sure.
me, man, I don't know, maybe it's all my personalities. It just depends. Like sometimes,
Yeah,
maybe I want to relinquish control or something like that. And maybe I want to
yeah,
listen to something a little softer. Maybe
yeah.
sometimes I want my attitude changed.
Ah. Yeah, I'm following. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, or sometimes like, yeah, you pay like a little Toby Keith, like if you're doing it with a family member, that's a good time. You know?
Oh my
Sorry,
God.
rest in peace, Toby Keith. Yeah, he didn't deserve that. But yeah, God. What to you is the biggest like non-sexual turn on?
Kindness, a sense of humor, just,
Well,
just really
I'm
like
halfway
good
there. Yeah.
good character in someone
Yeah.
is going to go a long way. Someone that can carry a conversation is interesting.
Yeah.
That's not just just has their own things going on. I find like
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
way there's something we can talk about. It's not like me getting 20 questions about me and my job.
Yeah. Oh, that has to happen so much.
Yeah,
Jesus.
it really like,
Which is
that really sets
understandable,
people
but
apart, like I
yeah.
will know immediately, is this someone that's just okay, all right. What
Yeah.
else, what do you have going on? Like,
Yeah, I think honestly, like if you're on a date and you're asking someone about their job more than like what do you do, you've done it too much. Like there's
yeah.
no way you could be like there's talk about something else. I yeah.
Yeah, like it's not like, oh, like I don't know. Like, dating's weird. Dating's weird. I'm also like,
Yeah.
I'm not a serial dater by any means. Like
Yeah, yeah.
I don't go looking for it. I've got a lot of shit going on. And I also look at it like, I don't know. I'm not a serial dater, but
Yeah.
I'm just also not looking, but I'm also not against it. If that makes
Right,
sense.
right. Well,
I
yeah,
look
yeah.
for things to naturally happen. I'm not a, dating site person. So if if you're talking one on one on some dating site, you're not talking to this
There's so
person.
many people that are just like, son of a bitch.
Son of a
Who
bitch, I
did I
jerked
send
off
that?
to this man.
Who did I send that $500 to?
True. I'm like, I don't know how many times, and I know I'm not the only one that said it.
Oh yeah.
There's only certain places that you're going to find us, and there's only certain places that you're going to talk to us.
Yeah.
And yes, you have to either pay a subscription or you pay
Right.
per message because it's a service.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's God.
I don't
Oh
make my
no.
mom pay because she's my mother.
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. Yeah. That'd be well odd in a multitude of ways. But what's something that like a pet peeve, like something that just drives you fucking crazy that isn't even a big thing, you know?
Mm.
Like so for example, I hate it when my food touches.
Oh my God,
Hate it.
I'm that person. My mom, oh
Oh,
my God, my mom almost had like plate separators because I'd hate it like when the juice of this went over to here. Oh, I was such a picky eater
disgusting.
growing. I'm
Oh.
just like, I don't mix my food like that.
No,
No.
I know people who, like, they get one of each thing on one
I'm
bite.
just
Uh, ugh,
no. You could skip me on that. I also
yeah.
don't like someone taking their fucking fork and just scraping off my plate either. Did no,
Who the
it's
fuck
your
does
own
who
food.
does that?
You ever been out with somebody and they're just like, oh, and a pet peeve of mine too is um I don't care what you do with your food if you want to take pictures of your social media, but I'm going to
Uh,
eat my food when it's hot. So
taking pictures of food is just
you could
fucking
you could take
insane.
a picture of me stuffing my face with it. I don't give a fuck, but
Yeah.
like no, I don't know if you've ever been
Oh,
out and people are like, okay, don't eat. We gotta place it.
I have, and then I immediately say I'd make a note to myself, never talk to this human being again.
Oh, pet peeve, especially when you're out, like, and I do it too. Like sometimes when I'm out and I've got like a lot of busy
Uh-huh.
stuff going on and I've got things that are happening, sometimes I look at my phone, but I'm not on a date. If I'm not on a date, this thing better be away.
Oh my god.
Unless you're like on call, then you shouldn't be on a date with me anyway. But
No, well,
like,
yeah.
don't be looking at your phone
No,
and
that's
social
that's
media, and don't be doing selfies with me on a date.
oh, I bet that yeah. People
That's
just
fucking weird.
well,
It's just weird. Then I'm like,
I
this
know
is
obviously you know why
just
they're doing
never going to happen again. So
right.
here's my number.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because
Yeah.
they were just doing it for the picture. Oh, yeah.
It's a good thing I gave you my Google number.
Damn, that
Delete
must be
it.
what I got. Yeah. Yeah, that's, no, that's a fun that's yeah, that's hilarious. Now, I think, phones, like, I have a tendency to date a lot of single moms. So, they
Nice.
gotta, well, I mean,
You
sometimes
got
you
some
just gotta
responsible.
wait, what?
Do they have some responsibilities?
I don't know. I don't know if they're good ones. I just know that they are, as a fact, a mother who is single. But and so they got like check their phones every once in a while. But
Yeah, that's
yeah,
understandable. They've got
so
like some kind of thing to do.
that's like that's its own fucking thing. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
What was your first concert?
First concert. Oh my God. I wish I could remember the name of it. I remember the sweater I wore. I wore
Mm,
black jeans. I wore a yellow and black sweater and
okay.
sneakers. And
Was
I
it
remember
Wu Tang
doing my
Clan?
hair. I did like them growing up.
Oh hell yeah!
Um, no, it was more of a rock concert. I don't remember, but my best friend Sarah, no, Becky and I went together, and I remember the sweater because I spilled my nail polish on it the next day. But yeah, that was my very first concert. I just don't remember exactly the name of it. It was in my hometown at like the local theater. So who knows who the fuck
Yeah.
that was? Because
Yeah.
like who's coming to, that small town? But
Well,
yeah, so I
yeah.
rocked out. I remember it was like the latest I could stay out that night. I was young. It was,
Yeah.
God, I don't remember. Was that like 7th or 8th grade or something like that?
Hmm.
Whatever
What's the
age you
best
are.
concert you've seen?
I've seen some good concerts.
Really? Like, if you could go
Yeah.
back and relive one of them, what would it
Well,
be?
I've seen Grateful Dead in concert, which was fucking
Oh,
amazing. At RFK
Jesus.
Stadium to see the Grateful Dead with
God.
Police opened up for them that year.
Police? Like Sting?
Sting. Sting
Yeah, yeah,
opened up
yeah.
for there. Yeah, I remember that year specifically. I remember
Damn.
being one of my favorite Grateful Dead concerts because, like, just I like Sting. Who fucking doesn't? Or
Yeah.
maybe people don't. I don't know. Who
A
cares?
lot of people don't, but fuck them. I like
Fuck
Sting.
'em.
Yeah.
And seeing Grateful that because it was really cool. Um, I saw Roger Waters. That was really interesting and
Same.
cool.
I saw him do the
Uh,
wall.
yeah,
That's what
yeah,
I saw.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's
Yeah, in
just
Austin.
it's like it's an event. Like
Yeah.
it's really something to see.
Yeah.
Thievery Corporation is amazing
Mhm.
in concert. They even do like an it's just I don't know, it's really cool. And there's so many band members, and there's not
Yeah.
like just a front person. Like they all have like
Uh-huh.
a significant role to play. So I really enjoy
Yeah.
Thievery Corporation.
Yeah.
I remember way back in college seeing Tricky a long time ago, and that was really amazing.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
That's a good yeah. Damn.
So
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of concerts. I just love like music has always been something
Yeah.
influence in my life in one way or another.
Yeah. If you could have seen anyone in their prime, who would you like to have seen the most?
Oh, hmm. See
I go
anybody
The
in my mind.
Doors. The Doors always. I'm
Oh, with Jim
fucking huge. Yeah,
Morrison.
I'm a
God,
big
I've
Jim
got
Morrison
leather
fan.
pants, and I wanted to be. What was pants with no underwear because I was like, that's what Jim Morrison.
Yes, he did for like weeks at a time, which yeah.
Disgusting. I'm still gross. I don't care. Now people buy them.
Yeah, yeah, I know. Yeah, you can make your money
How
back
long did
real
you wear
quick.
these for? I'm like a week, and they're like, "Fuck yeah, you want to wear them another week?" And I'm like, "How much?"
Jesus. Yeah. God, what a
Sure, I
world
wear
that
these
we live
panties for
in.
30 days.
God,
I
Jim
got paid.
Morrison could have made so much money
Good
from that.
dude. The girls would have
Jesus.
they just want to smell it
Yeah. I mean, he's a
or
handsome dude,
wear it.
you
I
know?
would have worn his pants around my face, inhaled.
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
he
was
had to be
saying.
great during his prime. That
Yeah,
would have to be
yeah.
really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
my
a good one.
grandmother's brother saw him and he said it was fucking terrible. And it just made me have zero respect for my grandmother's brother instead of Jim Morrison. I was like, well, you don't know what you fucking saw,
You're
you
like,
piece
you
of
don't
shit.
have taste.
Yeah, he said he saw Jimi Hendrix and it sucked. I was like, well, how the fuck? I
What?
mean, you must be. Yeah, you're a piece of shit.
You Jimi
Yeah.
Hendrix, that's another good one
That
too.
I was thinking in my head, I was
What
like,
an
damn Hendrix.
incredible musician. Like
Yeah.
God, that
Yeah,
fucking
there's
guitar could make me just
to do what? I didn't hear you. No. Yeah, that's a
I'd
good
like to sit on a fucking speaker when he was playing, that's for
oh
sure.
yeah. Like private
I think a lot of people would.
a lot of people probably did, if I had to
Yeah,
guess. Yeah, a
yeah.
lot of short circuiting going on. Yeah. God. Well, childhood celebrity crush.
I don't think I had one growing up.
Really? No?
I don't really crush on celebrities too much. I like Christian Bale for a time
It's a
period.
good one.
Scarlett Johansson, I always thought was hot,
Oh yeah.
but yeah, I didn't. I think it's because I
No.
don't really watch TV
Well,
or
yeah.
like big movie buff too
That
much.
makes
Like
sense.
I love The Clockwork Orange. It's one of my favorite movies and also
Oh,
books.
I am such a fucking huge A Clockwork Orange fan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
book,
could watch that
movie,
movie over and over and over and read the
same.
book. Mhm.
Yeah, that book
I
is
dressed up
amazing.
as Alex D. Large once for Halloween.
That's funny. So did I. Yeah, yeah, a long time, or maybe like 8 or 9 years ago. I
Yeah,
did. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Damn, that
Oh
would have
God,
given
if
me
I could dredge up that old photo, Jesus, I
God.
don't even know where I could find that.
That would give me quite the complex. So
Yeah,
if you can
yeah.
find it,
I will. I'll have
Uh,
to try to
yeah,
find it. It's got to be somewhere. I know. I feel like I
yeah,
posted it somewhere.
I would imagine. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Halloween. That's like y'all's Oscars. I
Yeah.
mean, I mean, I look
I
forward
do.
to
It's
Halloween every year because I'm like, let's see.
yeah.
Oh
That's
yeah,
what's going on. What's going
oh
on?
yeah,
Yeah. I wish I didn't dress up this year, but I mean, I guess I did a little bit. I dressed up as a lion for a
hmm.
scene, but that's about it.
Well, that's a good one too, because I'll tell you
But
what,
I get to play
lying.
dress
Yeah,
up almost every day in some
well, that's
way.
yeah, very true. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I have a whole wardrobe room upstairs with like all kinds of crazy shit.
My God, again, very different lives. There's no wardrobe room in my house. I wear the same bullshit every day because I don't like change. Yeah,
Oh, I
as a
have my favorite shirts, but
yeah,
I think like that's just my personality. Like I get my favorite like pants and shirts and I
yeah,
wear
yeah,
the shit out of it. And if I really like it, I get in every color and a couple in like certain colors like black, 'cause I
yeah,
wear a lot of black.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
it's just
yeah.
like I don't want the blacks to fade too much. So I'm like, I'll get the multiple shirts. You know it
God,
is. See, I
we
think
are.
we're kindred
Yeah,
spirits in some like we're
yeah,
magnets, dude.
yeah. We are more similar than I thought. If you ever want to get married for like 2 or 3 weeks and
Okay.
just see what
Do you
happens.
want
Yeah, I mean,
to? We could do it at an Elvis place.
I would 100% just to do like a wedding and
We could
get like
even
the
maybe even
gifts and
have
shit.
Joanna Angel do.
Oh my god! Look, if you ever, I've always wanted to become a divorcee.
Oh, we could do
So
it.
I, I think it'd be a great 2 weeks, and then we
Yeah.
just kind of,
We just part
like ships
ways.
ships in the night kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. Be like,
Yeah,
we didn't see eye to eye.
yeah. I mean, I'll sign a prenup
But
and
we're
everything. Don't
still
worry about
friends.
that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Amicably. Holy fuck, amicably.
Don't
Bleh.
worry. My lips and my brain don't always work together, so it's totally fine.
Well, not from what I've seen. Anyways,
And
yeah.
not from what you see. My brain wasn't involved.
Well, it's a
That's
good
purely
point.
physical, sir.
It's a good point. Yeah, that would explain. Yeah, my
That would
God.
explain it.
Yeah. All right. And then last question: has a pickup line ever worked on you? And if so, or if not, either way, what's the best one you've ever heard?
I think probably pickup lines have worked on me when they're really funny, and it's like more of a like a like a cute, witty banter. I love
Yeah.
like it's I love that kind of stuff. I love a good little like, oh, did you just banter with me? And like, are we
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah.
arm
Yeah.
wrestle next? I might like this. Like,
That's a good one. Oh,
you know what I
challenging
mean?
someone to an arm wrestle is a great way to start this
Yeah.
off.
I'm like, I'm so down for that. That's physical. I like physical touches the love language. Why not? Hey, let's hold hands.
Yeah.
Let's hold hands and let's grind it out.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a
Yeah.
good way to like assert dominance and hold hands
Mhm.
at the same time.
Yeah. It's almost like a
Yeah.
soft alpha, like,
Oh,
you're a gentle alpha, like a gentle dom.
yeah. Which Gentle Dom is definitely like if I was ever a stripper, that would be my stripper name, I think.
I could see you as a gentle dom.
I think that's what I am. But Gentle Dom, I mean, because I'll lay, smack someone around a little bit if need be. I don't think that's very gentle, but
She's asking for it.
yeah, exactly. No, I would never. Unless they actually were asking for it. Yeah.
Maybe it's the kink. I
Jesus
know.
Christ.
Good.
Oh my God. This has been fucking amazing. I have had a great time talking with you. Yeah.
A lot of fun talking to you. You're a lot
Oh,
of fun.
good.
Thank you.
Thank
My
you.
cheeks hurt from smiling and laughing so much.
Yeah, well,
you
glad I can make your cheeks hurt because, yeah, it's been a
can
fantasy
you
of mine
slap
for
them
many
next
years.
time.
Yeah.
And you can rollerblade up to me or rollerblade.
Oh my God.
Mommy, come to
Let me tell you right now, yeah, this is gonna be like a dream for about the next 10 years. I'm just, yeah.
Amazing.
All
Amazing.
right. So before we go, plug, promote anything. Where can people find you? All that good stuff.
My Twitter is Alexis Fawx. It's FAWX. Instagram is Alexis Fawx Live. Alexis FAWX Live. Foxfans.com if you want to get naughty on my OF, my OnlyFans. And Yeah, I mean, those are the 3 main places. Of course, you can Google my name anywhere. A lot of stuff's gonna
Yeah.
pop up. A
Just
lot of stuff.
take the safe search off. I highly
Yeah, take the
recommend
safe
it.
search
Yeah.
off. You don't wanna blur anything
Yeah.
out. You want
Go
full
right to
force.
images and
Yeah,
have fun.
exactly.
Yeah.